Hello, my name is Danni Wells, and I'm here to share with you my story about how I actually came across this business because I haven't always been an Arbonne consultant. I actually was trained in ophthalmology. So my background was working in a very busy opticians in the UK, and I absolutely loved what I did. And in all honesty, I thought that I would be at that opticians until retirement age. Like I didn't see me having a career change at all. I thought that I'd be there till retirement. And I'd been there for about 7 years when my youngest daughter, so me and my husband, we've got two girls. My youngest daughter, unfortunately, had a stroke and a brain hemorrhage, and it came completely out of the blue. Like, didn't see it coming at all. And I was in hospital with her for quite a long time. And I actually took a year off work to be with her. A lot of that was spent either living in hospital, or when she was eventually discharged, she was still back and forth with MRI scans, speech and language, physiotherapy. Like anyone that's ever cared for anybody that's got additional medical needs, it's constant. So that was my life. And after about a year of not being at work, which was hard because, that income stream that I was getting from the opticians was paying towards the bills between me and my husband both working. That was paying for all of our outgoings. And that year I had without any income was brutal because we didn't have any savings to live off. So we ended up getting into quite a lot of debt. And not only financially was it a stinger, but also it kind of put me into a state of like depression and anxiety, and it put a lot of strain on like our marriage, on friendships, on my relationships with people, because I wasn't able to see. I lost a lot of my friends. I didn't have much of a network because I was always in and out of hospital. So mentally it was really difficult, and financially. And after a year, my boss basically rang me up. He said, "Look, Danni, I've got a franchise to run. What's going on? I need to know if you're coming back or not." And obviously I respect anybody that employs anyone. You need to know what's going on. I get that. And I had to say to him, as much as it broke my heart, I was like, I can't come back, because I needed to, like, for my insanity, and financially we were in so much debt, it was crazy. So I needed to for the income side of it, but I just couldn't. I was like always in and out of hospital with my daughter, and unpredictably as well. So can you imagine trying to employ somebody and they come in on a Monday morning and then they're like, "Oh, I've got to go because my daughter's had a seizure and she's being rushed off to the city hospital. And then tomorrow she's got a psychologist appointment, and then the next day she's got orthodontics appointment," and all these different things that are going on, orthotics. And so I respected that I would be a nightmare employee. So I had to actually say, I can't come back. And I was devastated, because I was like, oh my gosh. And somebody had once said to me, in the 80s, a lot of us grew up, and to lead an average middle-class family lifestyle, you need one income coming in. And for me, that was true. I had one parent that went to work, one parent that stayed at home. And then they said, and then in the 90s, to lead an average middle-class family lifestyle, you needed two incomes coming in, which was true. So as I grew up in the 90s, both parents for me went to work. And then they said, and then we entered into the millennium years, and then each average middle class family lifestyle needed three incomes coming in. And again, this was true for me. One parent was working two jobs, and the other parent working one job. And I saw a lot of my friends in the same situation where one parent was working two jobs. And now we're in a situation where you need four incomes coming in to a family household to lead an average middle class family lifestyle. And so for us, we'd gone from two incomes struggling to one. It was horrible. I cannot even begin to imagine how awful it feels when you're in severe debt because you can't just pay your bills. And there was sometimes weeks where we were choosing between putting the heating on or buying decent food. And that's a situation that no one should ever have to be in. So I actually was entitled to government support, so benefits, which was amazing temporarily, but it wasn't something I wanted to stay on. Like, I'm very, very fiercely independent, and having my two daughters, I wanted to teach them, as women, we're as equal as women as we are to men. Like, we work and we create financial income streams for ourselves. We don't just rely on a partner. So for me, I was determined to find a way to build a business or to create an income. So I actually was actively looking for like online type franchises. I was looking online, but a lot of the ones I came across cost too much money. I couldn't afford them, or required a lot of time and skill set, which I didn't have. So it actually took me 2 years before I heard the presentation that I'm about to share with you about Arbonne. So I'm going to share with you what I heard and why it's made such a massive difference to my life over the last 7 years and changed everything for us as a family. So I actually heard about Arbonne when I was ranting on Facebook one day saying like, there's nothing out there. I can't find anything to do. Like there's no laptop type businesses that I'm able to do. And a friend saw my rant on social media and sent me a message and said, hey, Danni, I need to tell you about Arbonne because it's absolutely amazing. It's changed my life. Now I'm really open-minded. So I said, okay, yeah, that's fine. And this was 7 years ago. So I met her the next day and she said to me, have you ever heard of Arbonne? And I was like, no. And she said to me, well, basically, Arbonne is an online business. I was like, all right, okay, which to me was already appealing because I thought, you know, laptop-based business. And the irony is I didn't even have a laptop at the time, but I had a phone. I was like, okay, so I can do this on my phone, whatever this is. And she said to me, it's been around for 40 years. And when she said 40, I was like, okay, this is something I'm going to get involved with. Like, I don't want to get involved with something that's here today, gone tomorrow. I was like, okay. She said it's Switzerland means beautiful tree. Arbonne means beautiful tree in Switzerland because that's its heritage. I was thinking, oh, you know, nice things from Switzerland, chocolates, watches. I was thinking, oh, okay, it's from Switzerland, nice. And she said to me, basically, the founder, who is a man called Peter Mork, he actually is a botanist and he worked with plants and science to find ingredients that deliver results in everyday products. And he worked for a company that actually was a real bad guy. This company is still around now, so I won't mention any names, but she said he worked for this company that knowingly put ingredients into their products, knowing that they were going to cause long-term health problems for people. And the reason why they did it was because it was the cheapest way to formulate their products, even though they knew the outcome. And fast forward to nowadays, like a lot of those companies are now being taken to court because it's terrible. He also saw the impact that these companies were having on the environment and how harmful the things that they were putting into landfill were. And nothing was recyclable, nothing was refillable. They were testing on the most horrific ways on animals, and he was so anti this, he actually walked away from an incredibly successful career and decided he was going to create one of the first companies that was going to create a product line, like an everyday essentials line, things that people eat, drink, use on themselves, products that they use, skincare, makeup, essential oils. He was going to create this product company that all the ingredients would be good for people. There would be no animal testing. The products would be able to be refillable, so it was good for the environment, and everything they do would have an ethical reason behind it. And it was one of the first of its kind. You know, this is like back in the 70s. So he actually stepped away and created Arbonne. Now, when he was formulating his products, which are phenomenal, he didn't want to sell his products through the shop route because, for example, when I worked at the opticians, we would sell our glasses for about £200-300. But working there, I knew that they used to cost pence to pounds to make, or if you're from America, Australia, cents, pittance basically. And a massive chunk of what the customers pay for is profit. Massive chunk, sometimes like 85-90% is just profit margins. So he actually didn't want to do that. He was like, no. So he decided that his products would only be sold via word of mouth. And that means that the products, extraordinary, incredible results-driven products, could be sold at affordable prices because they didn't have that enormous profit center. And also it cut down on the cost of obviously not having all those middlemen. For a product to be sold in a shop, you've got to pay for a lot of people in the middle, advertising, the wholesalers, the lorry drivers, the staff, the overhead, you know, you name it. If you've got a business, you know all those middle costs that come out, and it's the consumer that gets lumped with that added cost. So he said, these products are only going to move via word of mouth. A customer learns about the products and they order them directly on the website and they get sent straight to their door. So basically it's like farm to table. And what I love about this is we're in an age, and this is what I was thinking when I was thinking about doing this from a business. We're in an age where everybody wants to shop based on word of mouth. Like, I won't book a holiday without checking on TripAdvisor what a real person says in terms of their real review of the real place. Like, all needs to be real and genuine. I'm sick of seeing adverts with an actor or an actress pretending they're on a holiday destination and pretending to review it when it's all fake. So I want to know a real person's real opinion. And if I'm going to watch a documentary on Netflix, the first thing I do is check on my Facebook who's seen this documentary. And if 3 of my friends say it's rubbish, don't watch it, I won't watch it. But if one says yeah, it's amazing, I'll watch it. So we're in this day and age where we just want to know what real people think, what's their real review. So when my friend was telling me about this business, I was like, so basically, I pay £30. I buy my online website, which lasts me a year. I was like, that's all Arbonne require of me. Pay £30, and that's in English sterling. It lasts me a year, and if I want to renew it at the end of the year, it's £25 in English sterling. One of the perks is I can access the products at cost, which is a great consultant perk. I'm not tied into any monthly minimums. I'm not tied into any targets. I literally use whatever products I personally want to use. I review them, and if people want to buy something based on my recommendation, I get paid a percentage of what they buy on the website. And she said, yeah. I was like, I'm in. That was it. I was literally, I think it was a 3-minute overview, and I was absolutely in. Now, I loved that this business is in the health and wellness sector, because everybody I know or everybody I'm going to meet eats, drinks, and uses some sort of products on themselves. Now, they might not use all the makeup range, they might not use all the skincare range, but they definitely use toothpaste, deodorant, shower gel, possibly shampoo, sun cream, obviously babies use baby lotions and baby creams and kids' hair and body wash. And for a lot of people, they do use all the additional products that Arbonne has. And there's over 400 products. So I was like, as a woman, I won't let myself run out of a mascara without having a backup mascara. So I was thinking, if I use the Arbonne mascara, if I love it, I'm gonna tell everybody, obviously. And if everybody decides to trust my opinion and they buy a mascara, and then they're like, yeah, this is the best mascara I've ever used, Danni. Every time they log on and buy that mascara, I get paid every single time they go and buy that mascara. I was like, this is genius. When I worked for the opticians, I would only get paid for the work that I did. So I'd work for an hour and get paid for an hour. Whereas with this business, you recommend a product. So for example, the Fistic energy drinks, the healthy energy drinks, which I am in love with. I used to be an 8-cup of coffee a day girl. Now I'm a Fistic girl, so much better for you. And I've got so much more energy as well without the high and the drop, which I love. So now I have customers that I've introduced to a box of Fistics, done the work once, probably took me like 5 minutes to go through what the Fistics are. They've gone, yeah, let's give them a go. All the products have got a 6-week money back guarantee. I've got nothing to lose. I might as well get those Fistics that you've suggested. If I don't love them, within 6 weeks, I can access a full refund, no quibble, no questions asked. And then every time they then go on back on my website every month to order a box of Fistics, every single month I get a ping on my app, on my Arbonne app on my phone, that tells me that a customer in Canada, for example, has just shopped for a box of Fistics, and I get paid a percentage of what they've just spent on the website every single month with every single customer. Like, it's absolutely genius. Now, I will say, when I started my business, it did start slow, because obviously I started like everybody else with no customers. And I think I had 3 customers in my first month. And I think my income was like £12.50. It was absolutely nothing to go wild about. But I understood a business. I understood that I think 3 products were bought off my website. So it was a slow starter. But within a couple of months, people were using the products and they were recommending them to their network, that they were advertising on my behalf, because I'd done the work with them. They had shopped on my website for, say, the kids' hair and body wash, seen results that they were happy with, and they went and told their work colleagues and their neighbours. And before I know it, my website was being passed to people in Australia and New Zealand, across America, Canada, Poland, and across the UK, that within a few months, I was having people log on to shop on my website. I didn't even know 99% of them. Obviously, I took the time to reach out, ask them for their birthday, so I can send them birthday cards and support them as a client. But initially, I didn't know them. So not having a very big network of people wasn't something that held me back in growing an Arbonne business, because once you've helped one person with a product that they love, they will tell everybody that they know. It's like when you go to the cinema and you watch a great movie, you tell everybody that you know. And I don't take it personally if somebody says to me, well, that movie sounds great, Danni, but I don't want to watch it because it doesn't interest me. Like, I don't lose any sleep over that. So if I recommend the Arbonne Gelée, which is a fantastic product for like aches and pains, and I use it if I have a headache or if I have hot flushes, and for burns and bites, a fantastic product. If I recommend that to somebody and they say it doesn't sound like something that I would get any use out of, that's fine. I don't lose any sleep over that. But they will probably tell somebody like their mum, for example, that says, oh, I really need something for X, Y, and Z. And they say, oh, you should go and see Danni. She's got this great product. She told me all about it. So when something's great, people talk, they tell everybody. So Arbonne is stamped as a B corporation, which is absolutely massive. You know, I think there's only 2,000 companies globally that are good enough to have the B stamp, which means that it's a sustainability company. It means that everything it claims is true. There's no hype, there's no inaccuracies, like everything is true. It takes about a year for the B corporation to investigate a company, no stones left unturned before they say, yes, this company is good enough to be a B corporation. It's what every company wants to be. It's the best of the best. And every year they need to be retested. And every year that Arbonne is endlessly given that B stamp, which I love. And as a consumer, I actually go out of my way to find other companies that are B corporation companies. So there are over 400 products that range from things that we eat and drink, nutrition, vitamins, minerals, everything in the health and wellness sector, skincare for every type of skin, teenagers, acne range, women, men's, a sensitive skincare range, everything basically, makeup, body care, essential oils. Our flagship skincare range is the Age Well skincare with Bakuchio. It's gorgeous, amazing range. Our flagship nutrition range is the 30 Days to Healthy Living and Beyond program, which is probably what I'd say probably 80% of my personal business is people using the 30 Days to Healthy Living program. It's fantastic. So this business basically works online. You can do it fully online, but if you do want to do in-person parties, if you want to do stalls and fetes, if you want to do events, you absolutely can do it. It's your business at the end of the day, so you can choose to share it in a way that suits you. For me, I did build it online with being in hospital with my daughter, and that worked well for me. But it's your business. At the end of the day, you don't have targets, you don't have loops to jump through, so it's your business. You do it in a way that suits you. So there are 3 ways to earn an income. The first way is commissions on your personal sales. So we get paid 35% from anything that our clients spend on our website. So obviously if a client spends £100, you get paid £35. Really easy to understand. We get paid weekly. The second thing is if we do opt in to teaching and training people, which is completely optional. Some people decide not to do this. I personally did want to do this, which is where we would take somebody on as a business builder. And we give up a lot of our time in the very early days. You don't see the rewards of that financially in the early days because the new consultant's asking questions, which you obviously help answer. You're supporting them, you're helping launch their business, and it takes a couple of months for them to find their feet. But what Arbonne do is they recognise the efforts that you've put in to teach and train somebody as a mentor to them, and they actually give you an override, which is basically a small percentage, anywhere between 1 and 18%, depending on the success of your own business and your experience. The more experienced you are, the bigger the percentage. And whatever turns through their business, they get paid the biggest portion because it's obviously their business, so it should go in their back pocket. But Arbonne see that you've helped them and they give you a percentage of what their turnover is from Arbonne, not from that consultant. So that's optional. I have decided to teach and train people, and I love being able to do that and help people become successful if they put the effort in. And then thirdly, we can unlock cash awards at every level based on sales performance. So that basically sums up how this business has worked, and that was 7 years ago for me. So this has made a massive difference to my life, changed everything for us and our family. And I think not only has it given me that additional income for our family, but it's given me more friends, it's given me more confidence, it's given me better health. Like, it's literally opened up a door and given me a gift that I didn't even realize that I needed. Like, I actually wake up with like purpose and passion. And they say that the key to happiness is 3 things. It's community, personal growth, and purpose. I'm just checking that I've got that right there. I've got it written up. And I didn't have those, but now I'm an Arbonne consultant. I have all 3 of those: community, purpose, and personal growth. So if something I've said has piqued your interest and you've got questions, wonderful, because I've literally just given you an overview. So if you've got questions, speak to the Arbonne consultant that introduced you to this video. If it's me, let's have a conversation with your questions. We'll get them answered. If it's somebody else, then speak to them about their questions that they've got. And I look forward to hearing you getting started on your Arbonne journey and how you find yourself. Lots of love.